Shivat Zion. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever you want. Thank you.
Oh, wow, whatever I want. And then we have the glazer powder.
Yeah.
We haven't done that.
Are you guys ready over there?
We were born ready.
Were you? Okay. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Hello, glad you joined us on this lovely Friday evening. I see some more friends coming in now, one of whom was recently named here, so very exciting to have the real Natalie here in person. Well, we're glad everyone's here, and for those of you out there, hey Connie, Shabbat Shalom, and Miriam, Shabbat Shalom, nice to see you, good to be with you. I don't know what camera I'm looking into here, but one of the, okay, that one. Nice to see you all. We're going to begin our service by singing tonight, and you might think we're going to sing Hine Matov, because that's a normal beginning song, but instead we're going to sing Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, that we pray for a time when there will be peace and health among us, among the entire world. Let's join together in singing.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Behal Purkan. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Behal Purkan. Salam Aleinu Ve'akol Ha'olam, Salam, Salam, Salam Aleinu Ve'akol Ha'olam, Salam, Salam.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Well, we are going to continue in that idea of blessings for peace and wholeness as we sing Shabbat Shalom U'Mivarach. We ask that this is a Sabbath of blessing, and it actually is really fitting because the Torah portion we have this weekend is called Re'eh, and the whole thing starts out with a big section talking about blessings and curses. And we are going to hope to be blessings and hope to find blessings and to eliminate curses in our lives. Feels like that curse is catching up a little bit, but we are going to keep doing our best here to beat it back with a blessing. So let's join together in singing Shabbat Shalom and Shir Hamalot. Hey Pam, Shabbat Shalom to you also. And to Larry.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shomei Varach, Shabbat Shalom, Shomei Varach, Shabbat Shalom, Shomei Varach,
Et Shivat
Shalom,
Hayinu
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Well, we're going to keep rejoicing in Shabbat as we invite some of the Foskals, the ones who are here in person. Maybe your mom, Sadie, is watching online. Maybe not. to light our Shabbat candles. If you want, everyone out in the congregation, if you have a prayer book, you can open it up to page 2, or you can just use the words that are on the screen right here as Sadie and Jacob will light our candles. Are you ready, Sadie? Yes. Yeah, can you actually get that thing to operate? You have to pull, there you go. Beautiful. And let's join with Mrs. Rose in singing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Beautiful. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Sadie. That was so great. All right, that's cool. All right. Shabbat Shalom to you all in the congregation and to you who are at home or wherever you may be. We're going to just take a moment to welcome you and ask if anybody here has a birthday in the month of August. Anybody have an August birthday? Emma, when is your birthday? Oh, man, happy birthday to you. I do have the box of prizes here if you would like to pick one out. I could see you wearing these. This would be nice. Well, you can come later and get this if you want. And that's fair. Any other August birthdays? Well, then just to Emma, we're going to sing Yom Huledet Sameach in Hebrew and then happy birthday. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, wonderful Emma. Happy birthday to you. Yay. All right. That was a note we'll remember. That is terrific. Happy birthday.
Or try to forget.
No. Happy birthday, Emma, and to all who are celebrating, we will rejoice, that is for sure. We're going to sing Lecha Dodi as we welcome in Shabbat. You can find it on page 20. And maybe when we get to the middle of this song, before we get to the Shabbat Shalom part, we're going to take just a few moments for some deep breaths and some meditation and see if we can perhaps let go of a little bit of the burden of this past week and welcome a little bit of calm on this Shabbat, a little bit of wholeness and a little bit of oneness. So let's join together in singing. Oh, and I see Joe Freundlich. Happy birthday to you, August 19th. We'll sing to you next week, buddy. All right. Lecha Dodi, page 20. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekala. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekavla. Shemor v'zakor, b'dibur echad, Yishmianu el ha-meyuchad, Adonai echad, v'shmo echad, v'shem u'tiferet, v'litchila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabla. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabla. Likrat Shabbat, Lechuranelcha, Ki Mekor HaBeracha, Nerosh Mikedem, Mesucha, Sof Ma'aseh Machshavat Techila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabla. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Nekabla.
ki bahore kumi ori uri shir beheri kavod Adonai alai lichlicha lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla Shalom ateret ba'ala gam besimcha uvetzala toch emunei am segula bo ichala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla. We'll take just a moment to take a deep breath as we welcome in a little bit of calm on this Shabbat. Some applause in the back, we'll take that. And when you're ready, we'll turn to page 28, or right here on the screen, and we'll ask everyone to please rise. Continue with Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam V'olam. You may be seated, everyone. And even though this is a family service, we're going to stretch our Hebrew muscles. So we're on page 36, or right here on the screen. Let's join together. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'eleh asher chi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech, uvshokbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam le'od al yadecha, v'hayu totafot bein einecha, uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, leman tiskeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lahem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. We're going to turn to the Michamocha in just a moment, but first I want to ask if anybody has something that you are thankful for on this Shabbat that you'd like to share with the rest of us. Can I borrow your microphone over there, somebody? Thanks. I can borrow your microphone. Okay. Anybody have a simcha that they'd like to share? Anybody have? All right. So
time with family.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that. Beautiful.
I have scheduled my court date to change my legal name with the Delaware County Courthouse. Very excited.
A whole new name. That is terrific. Hello, hello. All right, okay.
I got to spend time with my dad, who came up from California 2 weeks ago.
Yay, that is terrific. Wonderful. Thanks. Anybody else have a simcha? Asher Barlev, you want to say anything? Okay, fair enough. All right. Lauren? You're good. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, these are really nice simchas. Let me see if there are any online for us to share. A couple thankful that Rob is home. That's Rob Cohn, and we're really happy about that. Miriam says, thankful we returned from visiting their nine-month-old granddaughter in Portland. That is terrific. And son and daughter-in-law, or daughter and son-in-law too. It's fair. That's great. Well, for the simchas that we mentioned here in the room, and for the ones online and the ones perhaps in our hearts, we'll join together in singing Mi Chamocha, saying, thank you, God, for this moment. Mi Chamocha Ve'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha Ne'edar Kodesh, Nora Tehillah Oseh Feleh, Nora Tehillah Oseh Feleh. Yum bidi bum bum bye bye, yum bidi bum bum bye bye, yum bye bye yum bye bye, yum bidi bum bum bye bye, yum bidi bum bum bye bye, yum bidi bum bum bye bye, yum bye bye yum bye bye, yum bidi bum bye bye. Adonai Imloch leolam vaed, leolam 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 vaed. Yum bidi bum bum bye bye, yum bidi bum bum bye bye. Yum bye bye yum bye bye yum bidi bum bum bye bye, yum bidi bum bum bye bye, yum bidi bum bum bye bye, yum bye bye yum bye bye yum bye 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 bye, yum bye bye yum bye bye yum bye 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 bye. We have a couple more smachot to share. Chris Galloway says her oldest daughter Sarah and Bobby got married on Saturday. And that was a very, very fun wedding. They had a vaccination policy, so that was always helpful. So congrats to Sarah and Bobby. I know that they had a really lovely time. Jamie, so thankful to have you with us. And Aisha is telling us that they're moving from Ohio tomorrow. So we'll miss you, and that's going to be quite the journey. We're going to join in singing Vishamru, where we are going to talk about, in our prayer at least, the observance of Shabbat and how important it is that we're doing what we're doing today, preserving this beautiful tradition. Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam b'ridolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam b'ridolam.
It's turn. Our turn.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam b'ridolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam b'ridolam. Yisheh Yami Adonai Hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam b'ridolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam b'ridolam. Hashvi Shabbat v'yinafas, Shabbat v'yinafas. Everybody. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam b'ridolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam b'ridolam. We're going to turn in just a moment to the first three blessings of our Amidah, and we will invite you again to please rise as we turn to page 46. Page 46. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tivta. Na 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 Ufi Agi. Ufi Agi Tehillah. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tivta. Na 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 Ufi Agi. Ufi Agi Tehillah. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tivta. Na 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 Ufi Agi. Ufi Agi Tehillah. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tivta. Na 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 Ufi Agi. Ufi Agi Tehillah.
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Hasei Avot V'imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Vezra. On page 50 or in your book or on the screen. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mehaye HaKol Atah Rav L'Hoshia, Mechalkel Hayim B'Chesed, Mehaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Sohomech Noflim Verofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishene Afar, Michamocha Ba'gevurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Lemit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua.
Ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol.
Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, U'kedoshim b'chol yom Yehalelu Chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechael HaKadosh. Amen. You may be seated. And there's a lot of interesting dancing happening up here with these guys. Wow, you guys got the moves. That is very impressive. We're going to just take a few moments for some silent-ish prayer. You can use the words in your prayer book if you'd like for the end of the Amidah on pages 54 through 60, or whatever words happen to be in your heart that you'd like to pray on this Erev Shabbat.
Say shalom, shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
Say shalom, shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. Amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ve'akol Yisrael. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I've got a story for you. During these family services, we do a story instead of a sermon. And this is a really great story because it comes right from the Torah itself. So if everyone could please put on your Torah seatbelts. There we go, thank you. I at least saw Matthew doing it, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Or we got some Torah helmets are going on here. Oh, nice. Okay, thank you guys in the back. Nice. Cones know what they're doing. Well, this story takes place a long time ago, and actually in this Torah portion today, Moses reminds the Israelites that this happened in the past. So we know this part of the story. We know this part of the story where the sea opened up and the Israelites went to freedom. They marched. They were no longer slaves. We know that they had this big party and everyone was singing and dancing and celebrating their freedom, and it was so great. But the question is, what happened after all of that happened? What happened next? Well, Moses gives very clear instruction. You can see the Israelites are all gathered there for some reason in one rectangular box. And Moses says to the Israelites, he says, bye everyone, I'm going up to Mount Sinai. I got to go see God and get us the Torah. So don't do anything crazy when I'm gone. I'll be right back. See you guys. Goodbye. Love you. Whatever. Moses goes up the mountain. That's not exactly what it says in the Torah, but it's close enough. And Moses goes up the mountain, up Mount Sinai, and he's gone. And for the first time, the Israelites don't have a leader. And one lady says, hey guys, we got this. No need to panic while Moses is gone. Let's just relax and enjoy the wilderness. We're safe out here. We don't have anywhere to go. We'll just hang out. Well, the Israelites maybe weren't quite as calm as the first Israelite. And 25 days later, you can see this boy panicking on a rock over here. He says, oh, Moses has been gone for a long time. I mean, he's totally coming back, right? Right, guys? Is he coming? I'm freaking out here. And the Israelites start to panic a little bit. They start to freak out. 39 days he's been gone. And then now there's a giant panic. He's been gone almost 40 days. We need to find Moses' brother Aaron and see if he can help us. Maybe he can make an idol statue like they have in Egypt. So they go and they decide that they're going to find Aaron. Oh, there he is. He says, hey guys, what's up? And they say, Aaron, will you help us, please? And I always wonder how the story would have turned out if they would have gone to Miriam instead of Aaron. I think it probably would have had a happier ending. But regardless, they went to Aaron, and they say, we're freaking out, Aaron. Your brother's been gone a long time, and we don't know what to do. He says, okay, guys, I see. I have an idea. So all the Israelites gathered together, and they took off their gold jewelry. They took out their earrings, their rings, their necklaces, their gold teeth if they had them. I don't know what else you would have that's gold, but something else. Maybe they had gold masks. I'm not sure. But they all gave all of that gold to Aaron, and he melted it down. And the Israelites were so excited that they melted down the gold, and they made a golden calf, as it's called, a giant golden cow. And Aaron said, nice dudes. And the Israelites were happy. And they started worshiping the golden calf. They started saying, golden calf, we love you. You are our new God now because God abandoned us just like Moses. Golden calf, answer all of our questions, please. The golden calf didn't really have much to say. Meanwhile, guess who comes back down the mountain? But Moses says, hey guys, I'm back. Sorry it took so long. Google Maps had me totally turn around. But I'm here and I have all of these great 10 commandments. And then he looks down, and as he's about to say commandments, he looks down at the Israelites, and he sees that they have made this giant golden calf, and that they're worshiping this idol. And he says, what is happening down there? He said, did you guys start worshiping this golden cow because I was gone? And the Israelites look up and they say, this is a little awkward, but we did, Moses. Yes, we started worshiping this golden calf. Sorry, Moses. Sorry, God. Well, as the story goes, Moses was so angry in that moment that he threw down the commandments, that they shattered in front of the people, and he went back up the mountain. And a few days later, he calmed down. He stopped God from retribution for the Israelites. He comes back down, he brings another set of the commandments, and finally the Israelites are ready to receive the Torah then. And it's a really important lesson that we learn in this story. Sometimes we can forget what's most important. Sometimes we see a shiny new thing and our attention gets distracted, like fancy cars or big houses, and we forget that the number one thing we have to do is be a kind and caring person and take care of each other. Sometimes we worship the wrong things. We worship things instead of worshiping God, and then worshiping God, treating each other really well. So Moses reminded the Israelites that if you want to have a blessing in this world, if you want to be a good and humane person, follow these commandments. And if not, then God has these curses, which are not pleasant to talk about. So the golden calf got destroyed. The Israelites said, "Woohoo, let's celebrate!" And they had a big party. Maybe Miriam took out her timbrel again. And they all lived happily ever after, kind of, because they had another 40 years in the wilderness before they got to the land of Israel. So, but what was most important is that they remembered that we are God's partners in this world, and we have to treat each other as if we are God's partners. We are God's hands and God's eyes and God's ears and God's legs, and when we go and do really good things in this world, and that's really important. So it's a nice story for us to remember, and it's a nice story for Moses to repeat to the Israelites so they remember it as they're nearing the end of their journey in the wilderness. And we hope that we can focus on the right things this week and not the things that are meant to lead us astray. So one of the things that we're going to do now as a congregation is turn to our Misha Berach, our list for those who are in need of healing. And if you have someone who you're thinking of, I'll invite you to name them aloud after I read this list. Then we will send prayers for their healing. This Shabbat, we are thinking of healing for Catherine Adler, Marcia Ames, Marilyn Altman, Lynn Adams, Sarah Bates, Deborah Belford, and Barbara Belford. We're thinking of healing for Libby Blakely, Marjorie Block, Paul Branson, Joan Bray, Lee Buden, Dave Sedarquist, Dorothy Cohn, Rob Cohn, Lily Kovitz, Adrian Crawford, Rick Crawford. We're thinking of Taya Delano and Tony Diegler, Carrie Ebert, Elaine Ellick, Don Feibel, Michael Fiorelli, Rachel Fish, Olivia Glick, Jean Goldberg, Bernice Goldstein, Jimmy Green. Thinking of David Haas, David Hirsch, Don Kerr, Jeanette Clayman, Adrian Kramer, Peter Levy, Barb Lucas, Angel Marrero, Fred Martin, Minna Melton, Paul Mickelson. We're thinking of Connie Minarovic, David Minarovic, Dick Nettleman, Robert Oakley, Nick Parisi, Aaron Phelan, Ian Phillips, Aaron Plaskow, Rashi Prestowski, Jessica Rathkoff, Isabel Resendez, William J. Reese, Barry Richmond, Zachary Rowe, Arthur Rose and Irving Rose, June Sahara, Rolf Sauer, Barbara Schuster, Amitai Stella, Richard Schur, Lou Supowitz, Lauren Tate, and Robert Weiss. And also for healing, we're thinking of Ruth Gray, Rosemarie Worm, Eric Gordon. We're thinking of Ellen and Harvey Rosengarten. Am I missing any others that you saw, Amanda? I think that's all the ones that we have on there. If I missed one, put it in the comments and we'll read it afterward. Any other names in the congregation here of folks who are in need of healing? It's a big list. A lot of people need our prayers and our support and our love, so we'll see if we can send that their way. We'll join together in singing Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha V'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit,
and let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen.
We'll ask everyone to please rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzeher bereshit, shelo asana k'gayei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow those fleeting days with abiding worth. We are recalling on this Shabbat those whom death has recently taken from us. We're thinking of Florence Bricker, of Rachel Goldblatt, of Jane Greenfield, of Geraldine Parsons, of Maxine Schwartz, of Zachary Judas. May their memories be a blessing, and may we live at their best ideals throughout our life. We remember those who died at this season in years past. On this Shabbat, we are thinking of Louis Becker, William Belford, Elizabeth Bernstroff. We're thinking of Ned Brody, Frank Feicht, Betty Fay. We're thinking of Sally Goldberg, Arthur Handler, Milton Handler, Hillary Harper. Thinking of Annie Lazarowitz, Lillian Levinson, Louis Luckton, Suzanne Loshkin. We're thinking of Milton Mart, Fanny Singer, Harriet Sloan, Cyril Smilak, Precious Smith, Jean Terra, and Isadora Wise. Can I ask, are there other names that we were thinking of for Kaddish? Yeah. Thanks. Any others? On their behalf, then, on behalf of all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we can turn either in your book to page 294 or use the words on the screen. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasham b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. May God send peace and comfort to all who mourn and all who are bereaved among us. Together we say, Amen. You may be seated. Bobby's not here. Do you have any announcements, Amanda? I guess the big announcements are, make sure you sign up for the high holidays. The email went out, and the RSVPs are starting to come in and get filled up a little bit, but there's still plenty of room if you want to be inside or outside. You don't have to sign up to watch online. Those will just be streamed, so you can just jump on like you're doing right now if you're watching at home. So that's coming up. What else is coming up, Mrs. Rose? Questions about sign up, you can ask Amanda over there, yes. Or you at home can call Amanda on her cell phone late at night if you have questions.
She'll be up with the baby.
She'll be up anyway, yeah, maybe. Miriam is a pretty good sleeper, so. Did you have another announcement, Mrs. Rose?
Not this time. I'll let you know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gearing up for the high holidays. We are trying to be nimble as the COVID situation keeps changing and evolving, and we're going to do everything we can to keep everyone safe and to be together for the holiday season. So stay tuned. It's going to be great. Why don't we do our closing song, and then we'll do Kiddush and Motzi. And our closing song is Tree of Life. All right.
It is a
Tree of life to those that hold fast to it. All of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it. All of its supporters are happy. If any kids want to come up onto the bima and sing, you can do that. Shalom. Karen Cohn. Shalom. Shalom. Want to come up? Shalom. Shalom. And you guys know? Yeah, no, not so much. Shalom. Eitz Chaim Hilem Mahazikim Bavatoha Meushar. Eitz Chaim Hilem Mahazikim Bavatoha Meushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagadol.
What's wrong with it? Did you know?
It's Spanish Shabbat, that's what's wrong with it.
Okay.
All right, l'chaim. Here we go.
He'll drink anything.
That's for sure. It's not bad. It's not good. Baruch
Tanai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lahem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
If you are wanting to go in the sprinklers will go out the door right over here, and the sprinklers we'll turn them on in just a moment, and that will be great. Unfortunately, we don't have a dinner tonight, but we do have togetherness. So Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.